Well, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing this evening? This is day, what is this? Day 19 of Triple S Veda Challenge, which is vlogging every day in August. And tonight, this has been a busy day, guys. I apologize. I am exhausted today. It's Wednesday. We had youth with our students tonight, and what a great night. But I started thinking about why do I do this thing? I've been doing this thing for 25 years. What was some clues to my calling in life? And maybe some of you guys struggle with that as well. What do you feel like you're supposed to add to this life here? What do you feel like your purpose is on the planet? People struggle with that. Of course, I struggled with it as a young man. But there were some clues along the way that kind of helped me see a little bit as to what I'll be doing now. I've been a youth pastor for 25 years, working with teenagers. And as I look back, I look over the, hey, thanks for jumping in. There's some clues that I saw, and I thought I'd share maybe some of those clues, and maybe you can share some clues with me. But they say when you're thinking about what your calling in life is, you ask yourself, what makes me mad? What makes me sad? And what brings me joy? And so let me share those three things. First of all, what makes me mad? I can remember being in middle school, and I remember I was bullied quite a bit for various reasons. Just normal middle school, crap that you go through. And I thought, well, bullying, man, that's not good. That makes me mad. What makes me mad is when the weak are exploited. It makes me mad when people take advantage of other people. It makes me mad when I feel like people aren't getting either their fair share or they're getting left out or they're being ostracized for some reason. So that makes me mad. That makes me that ticks me off is when people bully people, when people try to dress other people down, when people try to just try to make people feel inadequate. I don't like that at all. I've had that done quite a bit in my life. Even as an adult, people have tried to do that. But if you watched my I think 2 videos ago, I talked about your number one weapon at beating burnout, and that's having self-respect. And so at some point in my life, I just kind of got a hold of that, and I just found my value and worth and who God made me to be. And I said, look, I'm just not going to let people tear that down. I don't care if they're my boss. I don't care if they're my spouse. I don't care if they're my kids. I'm just going to let people do that. It's just not, it's just not going to work for me. So that makes me, I think that was a clue there that I should work with teenagers because a lot of the pain that I suffered in life was as a teenager. And so I thought, that's clue number one there because there's a bunch, the teenagers are often bullied. Teenagers are often ostracized. Teenagers are often left to the side. And so that spoke to me. Now, so what makes me sad? What makes me that makes me mad, but what makes me sad? And this goes to youth work is that I think wasted potential makes me sad. Hey, thanks for jumping in. Wasted potential makes me sad. When I see people that could be living at a level that is that they could be at, but they're not reaching it. That makes me sad. It makes me sad because I'm watching adults in my life. I'm watching adults all around me who are just not living up to their potential. They just either they don't want to, or because they believe something very young. Something was told to them. They were told they were stupid, or they were told they were ugly. Hey, thanks for jumping in. They were told they were stupid, or they were ugly, or they'd never make it. And a lot of that unfortunately, came from their parents, and it makes me awfully sad when people are not living up to their potential because I believe that they can do that. Hey, Brazil, thanks for hanging out. And the fact that the people that makes me sad that people don't or can't break through the noise, that white noise in their head that keeps telling them that they're not going to make it, that they're defeated, that they have this soundtrack in their head of failure, and that makes me sad for people. It just that's partly why for youth workers that are going through it, that are struggling, it makes me sad when I see youth programs that are struggling, that have great potential but can't get over the hill. It makes me I just hey, thanks for the hearts. That it makes me sad for them, and that's probably why I write. I do some writing for youth workers. I blog for youth workers. I pray for youth workers. And they're my heartbeat a lot of times because I know that they can be better. I know that they can be personally better, and I know that their youth group can grow. I know that that they can help kids. But it's a hard thing to undo that noise and undo that soundtrack that's played in their head for so long. I can give you another clue here as to my writing, why I write. In the I think it was the fifth grade, yeah, fifth or sixth grade, I got an award when I was in sixth grade that I didn't even know was happening. It was at a school assembly and it was an awards day, and I got an award for creative writing. And so for me, for that was I took it as a look back, and I think it was a prophetic word in this regard, is that somebody spoke something over my life that I didn't realize what it was going to come out to be. And the fact that I became a writer, that I became, I've written some articles, I've been published in some magazines. I'm about to have an ebook published with a friend of mine, and it's going to be actually a physical book as well. But things like that, that came from somebody believing in me and telling me, and giving me an award and affirming what I had been given. And so for me, that you got to look for those clues to your calling. What did people speak over your life? You know, you look at people, what people said about you. I had a middle school teacher one time told me that, I'm sorry, it was a high school teacher, substitute teacher, told me I was never going to amount to anything in my life. And it was a substitute teacher, and and so I, for a short time, lived that out in my life. I lived out what he had spoken over. But sometimes the clues to our calling is look at what people have spoken over your life. Look at what people have said about you, and block out the noise of that, and look at those things where people affirmed you. People affirmed what you were doing right and doing well. And so for me, that one little note of creative writing, that creative writing award, led to me believing this, as I could be a writer. And eventually I could come to that conclusion, like Jeff Goins says, when he says, you're a writer when you say you're a writer. Well, I got a hold of that, and I said, you know what, I'm a writer. And so the third thing is what brings me great joy, what brings me great satisfaction. For me, it is being in building community, being in community and building community. Because if I can build community and be in community, that brings a certain peace to my life. I feel like whether it's your community is your family, whether your community is your church, whether your community is your business, whether your community is a sports team, whatever that may be, that brings me great joy, great happiness to be in community with people where we all have a shared value or shared thought. I love doing game nights with people, board game nights, tabletop nights, that kind of stuff, because it's great. It's a great community. People are around, people are trying to just have a shared fun time, and I think that's what the church is. I think the church is a community. Some do it very well, and some do it very poorly, and so my role is to do it well, so that when students come in, they sense a sense of family. They have a sense of faith. They have a sense that, this is a safe place to be, and that's what I try to do for kids. And anyway, that's my 3 thoughts for the night. What are some things, maybe your thoughts, some things that you're struggling with? Is there anything that you want to add to this little conversation? I don't want to just be a talking head here, but give me some thoughts for you. What are some clues that you've had in your life that led you to your calling, led you to where you're at? You could put things like a leader, or you could put things like somebody spoke something to you that affirmed you. Was there something in your life that somebody affirmed? But look at your life. Look at say, what makes me angry? What makes you angry? What makes you guys angry here on Periscope? If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, by the way, leave me a comment down below. What makes you angry? What makes you sad? And what brings you great joy? And that may be some clues right there as to what your calling in life may be. But you guys here in Periscope, real quick, just put a little blurb there. What makes you angry? Anybody, anything? Anything in particular? Just pop something in there. Or you can just put what makes you sad, right? Or you can put what brings you great joy. And that could be a clue to fulfilling a calling in your life. So anything at all? All right. We're all quiet on the Western Front out there. That's okay. Well, let me affirm you guys. Thanks for popping in here and hanging out with me for a little while. Appreciate that. I hope that you're having a great, fantastic evening. This has been day 19 of Triple S Veda Challenge, vlogging every day in August. And if you are watching this on my YouTube channel, be sure to click the subscribe button right there, and that will get videos like this in your inbox. And if you're a regular, thank you so much. I hope that this is of value to you. Thanks for being a part of the tribe here. Please hit the thumbs up button. Let me know you like the video and want more of them. And don't be afraid to share it with your friends. So anyway, but thanks for hanging out with me for a little while tonight. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the love. And you guys just have a great evening. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow on day 20. I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet. But day 20 will be interesting, I'm sure. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little while. And I'll see you guys next time on the Periscope. See you guys later. Have a good evening.